morning and welcome, guys, to another fantastic, phenomenal episode of Exit Strategies Radio Show. Guys, I'm your host. Y'all know who I am, Corwin J. Millette, broker owner of Exit Realty Low Country Group. Y'all heard it in the intro, and yeah, y'all got me to repeat it. So here we go. So, guys, look, we're set up today for a very, 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 very important conversation. All right. So this past week, guys, we brought to you information just in general about our market, about what's going on as far as housing affordability, all that stuff. And again, we're going to continue to delve into that because it's very important, very relevant to be very direct about it, to what we are going through in general. Okay. What the market is going through, what people are experiencing. But today we're going to we're going to expand on that just a little bit. And we have with us Lucrecia Mitchell from North Charleston Housing Authority. Ms. Mitchell, how are you doing this morning?
Good morning, everyone. I'm doing great.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us. Now, your Exit family. I mean, your Exit Realty family. You are Exit Strategies Radio show family. You know, we go way back. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
But your position, your role over at North Charleston Housing Authority, please give our listeners an introduction to what it is that you do.
Good morning, everyone. I currently work at the North Charleston Housing Authority as the Family Self Sufficiency Coordinator. And what that does is basically I would like for you to come see me so we can talk about how you can earn a lot of money while still paying your rent and also achieving the goals that you would like to achieve. The best part about the Family Self Sufficiency program is when you work, you have to pay more in rent. Therefore, you earn more money, and that entails can help you achieve your goals. For an example, if you're on the Section 8 voucher or the RAD program and you're working and your rent will increase by 30% of whatever your income is. And if you're on my program, that particular amount of money will be saved into an escrow account. The wonderful things about that is if you tell me that you need to purchase a vehicle, have repairs for your vehicle, go back to school, and or if you're meeting with Origin SC and or any other repair credit company, and they say you have to pay off any type of old debt. And if you have the money in your escrow account, you get me the bills and we will directly pay them for you. So that's the perks of enrolling in my program, besides getting the extra additional support, like from Colwyn, Miss Lakeisha Smalls, and the family at Origin SC.
So to make sure we have it clear for our listeners, guys, this program is for those of you who are on housing assistance or qualify for housing assistance. So if you're not on, but you fit an income bracket, you guys can obviously apply for assistance, apply for the program, and then in turn apply for Ms. Mitchell's program as well. So we've been talking, and actually we just recently had a call, and on this call, Ms. Mitchell, that you orchestrated, we're talking with the community partners. So we're talking about the people that are engaged and involved, nonprofits and other organizations that are working to help buyers that fit the criteria for your program. So let's start first and foremost. What is the criteria for someone to be able to be a part of this program and to qualify for assistance?
So you just need, for my program, I would like for you to be working. However, if you're unemployed at the moment, because I understand because of COVID, I do enroll you in my program. And so if repairing your credit is something that you would like to do, I just set you up with different organizations and agencies that would help you with that. But when you start working, say your rent is at zero now because you're not working. And when you start working again, because hopefully you will, and your rent increases to $400 or $500, that amount goes directly into your escrow account. I just want to tell you a little success story. A particular young lady started out at zero. She wasn't paying no rent. She got employed and her rent skyrocketed to $800 and something per month. She escrowed $800 and something per month for 5 years. When she graduated with a check of $36,000, not $3,600, but $36,000. Other success story is someone, she bought a mobile home out in Richland County. So the success rate is very high. We have some that purchase vehicles. That could be a goal right there. I had a young lady who just graduated. She did not have her driver's license. That was one of her goals, and she got her driver's license at the age of 40. So that was a goal for her, and she achieved that goal. It doesn't have to be purchase a home. It could be something small as getting your driver's license. But we would like for you to purchase a home because that way you have generational wealth for your children.
So, this is very interesting and real neat because, what your program is about transitioning the family to a better place. So, we're not, just seeking, if that makes any sense, to just support someone where they are. We're looking to support them where they are and help them to grow into what they could be, to help them reach their potential. So that's real neat. And I know you've also had like some of your participants that have, wanted to start businesses and things of that nature as well. Am I correct?
Yes.
So, the thing is, so for our listeners, for some understanding, the self-sufficiency program is designed to help people to transition. And once they graduate from your program, then most times, once they quote unquote graduate from the program, they're no longer on housing assistance. Am I correct or am I incorrect?
That is correct.
That is huge. That's huge. So especially in the climate, if you will, that we're in, we want to make sure that we're helping people and helping people to grow forward, not helping them to remain stagnant. Otherwise just sit quote unquote right where they are. Now, you guys support people through that entire process. And what organizations are you guys working with, as far as the, budgeting, credit programs and all that stuff? What organizations are you working with to help people to kind of make that transition?
Origin SD has been wonderful. We have just introduced Increasing Hope. They offer a plethora of workshops. And one of the things is more minority workshop for people who want to become business owners. So they have a wonderful program for that. And it's geared towards minority. I'm not saying that we don't have other ethnicity that wants to be business owners, but they have a wonderful workshop program for that. And then Metanoia with Mr. Joyner, and of course Cohen and Miss Lucrecia Smalls. And then we have been working with East Cooper, Echo, that's what we call them. So, and then I just recently started linked up with hers. Is it called hers? Independence, or I'm not sure the name of it, but I know what he does is he look for single parents that are trying to go back to school, get either their GED, high school diploma, and or bachelor's degree or master's degree. They rehab the houses themselves, and you got a cap off of how much you can make per year. You stay there for 1 year, and he try to help you transition to home ownership. We just recently started working with him, but it appears that he's genuinely want to help single mothers become homeowners as well. Oh, and also we help. We work with, oh gosh, what's her name? Ms. Neesmith off of South Allen. She runs a program as free of charge. And if you need after school care, summer camp, all that, she is a great person to collaborate with. She's always seeking families who need that additional help with their children for after school, so they can continue working.
So let's have a conversation and kind of change. There's a lot, change or expand the narrative, if you will. There's a lot of programs, a lot of help that is available, especially in this region, in the Charleston region, if you will, to help people, become homeowners or start businesses. There's a number of different programs and things that are available. So, one of the things that I see and have seen for years is typically the person that has the stuff available, the help, the assistance, or whatever available, oftentimes they have a challenge in finding people. There's a lot of people that need help, but have a problem in finding people who are, one, ready to receive the help and otherwise engaged. So is that something that you guys are running into, as far as there's a need for the program, that the general population, there's a good number of people that need help, but they're not participating. Is that something that you guys are seeing?
Yes, we that's a constant struggle and a battle that we have. I think the stigmatism with it is we're not going to purchase a home, we're not going to start a small business, failure. And I understand of the fear, but we won't know until we at least try. Most of the population, they are most so gung-ho about what the streets are saying instead of coming to talk to us about the resources that we have available for them. So that's the biggest issue. Like, for an example, if I join the FSS, they're going to kick me off after the 5 years. No, that's not what happened. However, what our ultimate goal is to get you where you're more self-sufficient and you will not need the voucher anymore and or the RAD program. So our ultimate goal is to make you become more self-sufficient. And I have to be honest with you, some people on our program, they are very self-sufficient. We could just be paying $1 of their rent.
Mm-hmm.
So they're there. I think it's just the fear of just stepping out and purchasing that home, and also not understanding their credit as well. We did a workshop maybe last year or a year before COVID came, and some of the adults did not understand the difference between a debit card and a savings card. They didn't understand that a debit card counts with a checking account, and the ATM card more is with a savings account. So we can get them to understand the credit more, and understand that a quick fix is not the answer. You have to work sometimes for it. I know someone might be advertising on Facebook that I can get all your past history of your debt deleted, but it might be only deleted for 3 to 4 months. And then when it's time for you to get pre-approval, it pops back up. So we have to understand that sometimes it does take sweat and work, but the long run is what we're ultimately going for.
That's interesting that you say that, because that is definitely something that we see a lot of. There's always these fly-by-nights. There's always you can do this and you can do that. And you see it from everywhere, social media, from one platform to another, but no one is really giving you the quote unquote behind the scenes. No one's giving you the experience afterwards. So again, hey, look, I can delete all this stuff, or I can improve your credit, and maybe it's done. But then a month or two later, and I'll share an anecdote, right after we get back from the break, about that, an experience I had a number of years ago, but it's still something that even in today's times still plays out as it relates to that. So if we could, let's pause right there, Miss Mitchell, and let's take a quick break, and we're going to come right back. For our listeners, please don't go anywhere, because you're going to want to hear what we're going to talk about in the second segment today, because we're going to kind of delve a little bit more into mindset and what you need to do in order to overcome, so you can get to where you need to go. You can't go anywhere if you don't drive the car, or at least you ain't a passenger in it. So we're going to get you in the car, and we're going to get you to where you need to be. Y'all hold tight right there. We're going to be right back. Congratulations to our Realtor of the Week for Exit Realty Low Country Group, none other than Chad Vick. You can reach Chad at 843-425-0083, or you can text Vick Homes SC, that's Vick Home SC, to 85377, VICKHOMESC to 85377. Y'all give Chad a holler now. Second segment, Exit Strategies Radio Show. Thank you so much for tuning in. To our listeners all over the world, because we got them everywhere, and I'm very, very, very excited about that. Just this past week, talked to someone that I know up in the DC area, and they just said, "Hey, look, man, I've been listening to your podcast. I've been listening, and you guys are doing a great thing and giving out very good information. And we want to say thank you to our listeners. We want to thank our listeners that are listening to us by radio. Maybe you're out in Monkey's Corner. Maybe you guys are somewhere else. Wherever you may be. We want to say thank you for tuning in. I always got to give a shout out to Elder Evans, Pastor Evans. I got to put that senior on that, Vanderbilt Evans Senior. If I don't put the senior on it, he gonna get me, y'all. But I want to say thank you so much for tuning in and listening. Flo and Mac McKellar, hey, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Just everybody who listens to our show, because we're trying to make sure we serve our community. You know, the Bible, the word teaches us about service. You know, Jesus served people. If you're a Christian, you believe in Christ, then you know that he served people. You know, he washed the feet of people. Does that make sense? So look here, in whatever it is that you do, guys, we want to make sure that we are always giving service. So guys, look, I don't want to go too far off, you know, quote unquote. I don't want to pick up, feel like I done got behind the podium or something this morning. But I do want to say to you, thank you so much for tuning in and listening. And we just want to keep being of service and in servitude to you all. So we have with us Miss Mitchell from North Charleston Housing Authority. And before the break, guys, and if you missed it, go back, catch it, exitstrategyradioshow.com. I need you to go back and check that out. Go to our YouTube channel, subscribe, wherever it is. But I want you to go back and I want you to pick this up, because we were talking about, and you were just sharing, Miss Mitchell, about people that, hey, I can make your credit do this. I can, look here, I can make it grow up. Yeah, I can take it from childhood to adulthood. I can make it grow up. But then behind that, a month or two later, and all that derogatory stuff comes and knocks them right back down in the credit score. So I'm gonna share this with you. I was saying that, you know, after the break that I would share. So I remember, it was a number of years ago, but I remember a couple coming in to me, and the office, the company I was running at the time, you know, we had a mortgage person in house. So I remember meeting with them. They were super excited. You know, they've been to a home buyer workshop, because, you know, that's something that's near and dear to my heart. I've been doing it for years. Guys, we have workshops coming up, so I need you to go to exitworkshops.com. Again, exitworkshops.com, and catch our upcoming workshops that we have this year. We're actually going to be in Somerville. So, Ms. Mitchell, we're going to talk about that. We're going to be in Somerville on the 19th of February, guys, with our first workshop, home buyer workshop of this year. So we want you to come out, want you to get information, and most importantly, we want to see you achieve home ownership in the year 2022. But this couple in the office, they're super excited because they didn't went out and had someone fix their credit. I forgot the company, whoever it was. And I remember getting them over to the lender and them sitting down in the lender's office, and they, you know, they had a credit score that they believed was, you know, upper sevens, around 800. They were very super duper excited. And I remember their credit score, or credit being pulled, and the lender saying to them what their score was. And they were devastated. Their credit score was on the very, very bottom end of where scores can be. And anyone that knows anything about credit, you know, your credit scores range from, about 350 to 850. That's the range. They don't report. I think it might be 300, but typically anything lower than that, they don't report. And they were way towards the bottom end of that spectrum. And they were devastated because they had spent a lot of money. They were able to recite exactly how much money they had spent in this process. And granted, there are sometimes some things that, you know, you have to do yourself, but relying on someone to do everything to improve your credit, I believe, probably is unrealistic. Would you agree with that, Ms. Mitchell?
Yes.
So how often do you see that happen?
A lot. That's my number one concern. Because I do tell them about increasing hope. I do tell them about origin. And the first thing they say is that it takes too long. It takes too long. I have to do this and I have to do that. But I have to tell you, when we had our PCC meeting and Ms. Tavia Watson and Ms. Latoya Francis spoke, that's the number one thing. They basically draw a map out for you. And if you follow the map, you will get at the finish line. And so they're not, at this point, I think they're not, I don't say they don't want to, they just don't understand the legwork and what goes on behind the scene to getting the credit where it needs to be. And once you get it there, continue to pay off whatever debt that you have and don't try to open new debt. So those are the things that we have to educate everyone on. I know you want a new car, but you're in the process of purchasing a home. I promise you have been through this. Once I closed on my home, I got a flooding of credit cards in the mail, Lowe's. I've been pre-approved for a brand new car. I was like, wait a minute, these people didn't even know me before I purchased this home. But once I bought my house, I mean, they were coming in left or right. I was like, oh gosh, all these credit cards offers, I should say offers.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So I think if they can understand that and see the end result, I think we will have a better understanding altogether.
So one of the challenges, and again, having done this for almost 18 years now, it seems like it was just yesterday to an extent. But having done this for this amount of time, one of the things that I constantly run into is and has been that people want instant gratification. We're in a society where people can pull up the McDonald's and they get mad and huff and puff it in the McDonald's line when they can get a meal. And I mean, granted, nowadays it might take a little bit longer, but nonetheless, people huff and puff. They expect instant service or instant results. So typically, that decline in your credit score didn't happen overnight. It took a while for that to happen. Over the years, not paying this on time, or doing this or not doing that, got you there. Now all of a sudden, you expect instantly for your credit to be restored. And the thing is, sometimes there's some people that can take a path that might lead them somewhere faster than you can make it to the same destination. Your starting point is not necessarily the same. Am I right?
Mm-hmm.
So
That's
we
correct.
got to make sure that people understand that this mindset, okay, well, look, you need to dedicate, focus, and do what you need to do. And one of the things that has to take place is there has to be a mindset shift. We have to shift from being expecting instant gratification and instant results, and make sure that we're committed to the process, because homeownership is a process. You're a homeowner, you know.
Yes.
So it's a process. You got to commit to the process. If that means you got to work on budgeting, saving money, credit. I hear that oftentimes about any program such as
Mm-hmm.
this.
Yes.
Now, you're going to get the benefit of money that's allocated, that's going to be made available to help you to buy, to sell, and we're still not willing to do what is necessary to get it. Is that kind of how what it sounds like?
Yes, that is correct. I think, not making no excuses, I think what
Hmm.
it is that we have to be more mindful and educate the generation of everything. One of the things I hear a lot is why they don't want to do NACA is because NACA is very, very strict on budgeting. And I
Hmm.
think that's a great thing because and from my understanding, if you want a house that costs $1,200 per month and you're only paying $800, they require you to save the additional $400 per month because that's how much your mortgage is going to be. They really look at what you spend your money on. So I think that helps you a lot. Palmetto Community Action has this program where if you come to them and say you need assistance with paying like your rent, they will assist you with paying your rent, give you a stipend every month, but in
Hmm.
terms they require you to save $25 for 6 months.
Hmm.
Um, and I know you're saying if I barely can pay my rent, how can I save $25 a month? Think about it. We're not going to eat at McDonald's this week. That could be that $25 right there.
Hmm.
Um, or or you might have to say I'm not going to get my nails done or get this extra haircut,
Hmm.
or I can't go out this week because I need to save this $25. Um,
Hmm.
or if you got to save $1 a day, that'll give you $30 to $31 a month.
Yeah,
Um,
and you
so
can luck up and
it's
find a dollar on the street sometime. Yeah.
yes, so it's ways we just got to be more creative. If that means we have to sacrifice our extracurricular activities to achieve those goals, I think we all can achieve those goals.
That is very fair and very direct, and that's one of the things and challenges. As a someone who services low moderate income buyers, that's something that we see oftentimes. There's a group that they understand what they need to do and they really focus on and trying to improve. But then you also on the other side of the coin have the group that they want to be able to just kind of do whatever they want to do, get nails done, hair done. They don't sacrifice. I've helped people purchase homes through the self-sufficiency program. And, typically the ones who are most successful or ones who are successful are the ones that forego something. They sacrifice something. They had to give up something. Hey, I'm not going to eat out as much. Hey, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do that because this is what's most important. So they have to put home ownership of their goal, whatever it is, whether it's be home ownership or starting a business, buying a car, whatever it is, they have to put that above the other things in order to find the success, in order to achieve the goal. So, Ms. Mitchell, we're quickly getting towards the end of our show. Can you please let our listeners know where they can contact you for more information, how they may be able to help and serve, or otherwise be of assistance to you in the Family Self Sufficiency program?
Lucrecia Mitchell at the North Charleston Housing Authority. We're located at 6327 Rivers Avenue, right next to Sonic and Battery Plus. And my direct number is 843-266-5921. And I must say that we're always looking for nonprofits, organizations that's willing to help low-income families, whether it's help them build resume, get new jobs, build their skills. They're all. I have to say that the population that we work with, they really do want to better themselves. They just don't know where to start. And if we can get people just to help more, that would help them. And some of the senior citizens, they want to become homeowners, but they can't navigate the computer system and etc. Because I have a lot of calls from 40 and 50-year-olds that says, I don't know how to get on to sign up for the free homeownership classes at Origin. I don't know how to do certain things. So we can just be a little mindful of that population as well. Because that's the ultimate goal too, is homeownership as well.
Good deal. Good deal. Well, as someone who works with you, we'll definitely look into that as well, because there's definitely, an opportunity for us to assist more people to help them realize their goals, most importantly, to achieve their potential. So, Ms. Mitchell, thank you so much for being on my show today. Thank you so much for being a part of not only Exit Realty Low Country Group family, but also the Exit Strategies radio show family. We really appreciate you taking time out to, help us delve deeper into how we can serve people in our community, and most importantly, the opportunities that are available. So if you as a listener, if you listen to this show today, are, trying to figure out, struggling where you are, if you know anyone who's on, housing, on a housing program, receiving any amount of housing assistance, you guys need to reach out to Ms. Mitchell so she can, one, and get you engaged into the program, and in turn to help you achieve sufficiency. No one should want to be on crutches their entire life. Most people want to be able to walk on quote unquote stand alone. So we want to help you guys to do that. We want to help you guys to fulfill your desires, to meet your dreams, to find your dreams as a reality of home ownership, of starting a business, of buying a car, of getting a driver's license, whatever that thing may be. And we want to see you succeed in that thing, because we know that as you have and find success, you will encourage someone else to find their own success. And that's what we all need to do. So, Ms. Mitchell, again, thank you so much for reaching out. Thank you so much for being a part of today's show. For our listeners, guys, if you want to get engaged, you want to have questions about home ownership, please reach out to our office, 843-619-3005. Again, 843-619-3005. Guys, we'll make sure we get you plugged and connected in. We're going to end today's show on that note. And you know how I always tell you guys, I love you. I love you. And we're going to see you guys out there in the streets. Thank you so much for being a part of the day.